You are looking at the late David Dorn, a retired police captain from St. Louis who was gunned down by rioters during the Black Lives Matter riots and protests in 2020. He was performing security as a retired officer outside of Lee's Pawn and Jewelry Shop. His killer was convicted today. That individual, Stephan Cannon. And Officer Dorn's widow was elated by the verdict.
I'm very elated and thankful to God. David, justice has been served.
Justice was served. Now we are honored to have with us Brian Powell, son of the hero cop, Police Captain David Dorn. Brian Powell, welcome back to Newsmax. So sorry for your loss, but today seems like it was a good day in some respects.
Yes, it was, Greg. It was really a good day. We got the verdict that we were seeking. It was a really good day.
You know, your father, he was mentioned, but not terribly much. And I realized today, this picture I certainly remember, but I don't hear about him all that often. And I think we should. This is one of the casualties, one of the fatalities of that summer. Do you think he's received his due?
I really think he received his due because my dad was not only a hero, but he was the type of individual that people clinged to, they drew to. He had that type of energy, that personality, that charisma that everyone loved. And I don't think he deserved this just due because no one was really talking about him during that summer. A few people brought it to the attention of the media and to the world, but I don't think he got his just due. If they really knew the man that I knew, that I grew up with, that I grew up idolizing, they would really know that, hey, we lost a very important member to society. They would really know that.
Well, there's one moment I'll never forget, and I'm glad your family had it, and I think your father heard it loud and clear where he is. It was at the White House when they had the Republican convention there, actually, and President Trump spoke directly to your family. Here's that moment.
Yes.
Here tonight is the grieving family of retired police captain David Dorn, a 38-year veteran of the St. Louis Police Department, a great man and a highly respected man by all. In June, Captain Dorn was shot and killed as he tried to protect a store from rioters and looters, or as the Democrats would call them, peaceful protesters. They call them peaceful protesters. We're honored to be joined tonight by his wonderful wife, Ann, and beloved family members, Brian and Kaylin. To each of you, we will never forget the heroic legacy of Captain David Dorn. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
I just thought that was very nice and obviously well-deserved. What else should we know about your dad, and is there anything we can do to help?
Well, just know that he was the type of person that everyone, like I said, loved. Everyone, if you would have met him, you would have just fell in love with him. He was an amazing father. He was an amazing husband, grandfather. He was just a friend. He befriended everyone. The Captain David Dorn Foundation is a foundation that's there to help the first responders, not only police officers, but paramedics, firefighters, all our first responders. They may need material, tools, resources. The Captain David Dorn Foundation is definitely there to provide those resources and that assistance for our first responders.
I love it. I'm glad it's there. And let's keep in touch. My best to Ann, if you don't mind. She's been on the show, and we like her a lot. Thank you, sir.
She sends her best.
You bet. We're glad you got justice today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
To be continued. You bet. We'll be right back.